Under the gleaming lights of a packed arena, with the eyes of a basketball-loving nation fixated once more on the hardwood, Caitlin Clark stepped back onto the court, not just as a player returning from injury, but as a symbol of hope, resilience, and rising expectations. It was July 9th, a summer evening brimming with anticipation, and the Indiana Fever were ready to clash with a fierce new rival, the Golden State Valkyries, led by none other than Clark's former college teammate, Kate Martin. This wasn't just a game. This was a moment, a reunion, a return, a reckoning. Caitlin Clark had missed 5 games with a groin injury, 5 long games where fans waited, debated, speculated. Would she come back the same? Would she hesitate? Would the fearless Rookie of the Year still burn with that same competitive fire? The answer, in so many ways, was complicated. From the opening tip, the Valkyries set the tone, fast, physical, and unrelenting. They weren't here for a reunion. They were here to win. And while the crowd rose in thunderous ovation as Clark took the floor, the game itself would prove to be a far more sobering affair. In 25 minutes of action, Caitlin Clark posted 10 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. The stat line was solid, even promising, especially for someone coming off injury. But beneath the numbers lay the story, one of frustration, resistance, and the painful reality of elite competition. She shot 4 of 12 from the field. Not terrible, but not elite. She knocked down 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. Still, it wasn't enough. The Valkyries swarmed her. They rotated with speed, they contested every shot. They made her work for every inch. There were no free throws. Not a single trip to the line. That alone spoke volumes about how physical, and how clever, the Valkyries were in guarding her. 4 turnovers added to the burden. Meanwhile, Kate Martin, once a sister-in-arms at Iowa, stood on the opposite side, leading the Valkyries with poise, energy, and a certain ruthlessness that comes when you're no longer playing for the same banner. The final score read 80-61. A 19-point loss. A stinging result. But this wasn't about numbers. It never is with Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents. And on this night, she represented something more than highlight reels and buzzer beaters. She represented grit. Because returning from injury isn't just about healed muscles. It's about rhythm, about timing, about trusting your body again while staring down defenders who've been waiting for their chance to knock you off balance. And Clark, tough, resilient, unshaken, took that challenge head on. She passed, she slashed, she directed traffic, she fought through double teams. She tried to rally her teammates, pushing through the frustration of missed shots and broken plays. There was no signature step-back 3. No logo range heat check. Not this time. But what we saw instead was something deeper, a young star refusing to fold, even when the game drifted away. The Valkyries were relentless. Their defense stifled. Their offense crisp. Their energy contagious. And yet, for every run they made, Clark tried to answer. She fed the post. She rotated on defense. She dove for loose balls. Even when the outcome seemed sealed, she kept competing. Because that's what the great ones do. This wasn't Clark's finest moment. But in many ways, it might become one of her most formative. Every career has nights like these, games that don't go your way, shots that don't fall, scoreboards that don't flatter. But it's how you respond that defines you. And Clark, she never stopped responding. She didn't hang her head. She didn't check out. She played. With heart. With hustle. With leadership. And as the buzzer sounded, there was no theatrics. No frustration. Just quiet reflection. A look in her eyes that said, "I'll be better." Because if we've learned anything about Caitlin Clark since her days lighting up college arenas, it's that every challenge fuels her next eruption. This loss wasn't the end. It was the beginning of another comeback. The groin injury may have sidelined her, but it didn't dull her resolve. She's back now. And even in defeat, her presence changes the dynamic. Teammates look to her. Opponents scheme around her. Fans rally behind her. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie anymore. She's a franchise. And every game she plays, win or lose, is a step in the evolution of one of the most transformative players the WNBA has ever seen. So yes, the Fever fell. Yes, her shot was off. Yes, the Valkyries had their day. But the season is long. And Clark, she's just heating up. Rest assured, a storm is coming. This was just the calm before it.